Little, I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna do you a favor tonight. I didn't talk to Retzi last night. So she's sitting at the restaurant. She's sitting at the restaurant in Longport. I walked right by her last night and I was like, "Oh right, she is here." But then I got access to the marching garden and I was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do the garden first." I was going through my Twitch DMs last night, all right? Cuz I had like a couple of bot ones. And I scrolled down, all right, and I didn't realize my brother. I didn't realize my brother had messaged me back in 2020. What the fuck? Where is it at? Yeah, some person in, I guess, Happy's chat. Some person in Happy, I'm assuming Happy's chat because that's like one of the only chats you have you had powers in or whatever. But you like timed me out. Or you like purged me. All right? And and he this was back in 2023. This was back in 2023 apparently. And he was like, "What did they purge?" He like messaged me, "Go, what did they purge?" I was like, "Nothing. It's just a little." He times me out every now and then. And he's like, "Weird." And I'm like, "You're weird, man, for thinking he's weird for..." I was like, he and I are like good friends. And he was like, "You're weird for calling a good friend a bitch." Shrug. Bye. I'm like, what the hell? This fucking pussy ass bitch on Twitch, man. Sucks he doesn't have good friends, right? Yeah. Sucks he doesn't have good friends. Alright, guys. Because Whittle's a baby. We gotta get into the game quick enough before he has to go to bed. So he can see Retzi. That was a hilarious story. Yeah, I was just going through my DMs last night and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I totally forgot about that. We are going to sit here and watch the opening. You don't know when you'll go to bed. You're not currently sleepy. Ah. Well, good. We're going to sit here and wait so I can watch the opening. Last night you were sleeping at I closed my eyes for like 15 minutes before starting stream, because there are some times where I just sit in this chair and if I lay my head back and close my eyes, I'll just go to sleep. I'm getting old, man. Turning into an old man. I'm gonna sleep in my fucking recliner, watching the football game with the beer in my hand. Yeah, where we at with the remote in my hand? remote and beer in the other. I think this is my favorite opening still. It's like a tie between this one and Cold Steel 2. CS4 was a banger. What have they not been bangers, though? They've all been bangers.
Do you really mean that?
There she is. I can see her from here. There she is, little. Just sitting in that chair. Having that food.
Welcome. How can I help you? Please, come again.
This is positively delectable.
Well, well. If it isn't the Spriggan and his adorable little assistants. Fancy meeting you here.
Huh?
And you are?
Wait, I know that voice.
The hell are you doing here? Enforcer number 3, the golden butterfly?
Oh, please. Call me Lucrezia. Or even Retzi, if you so wish. I certainly wouldn't mind.
You're that lady from Ouroboros.
Oh, thank you, Perry, for pointing that out.
Careful, everyone. As you well know, she's one of the strongest members of the society.
Oh, there's no need to be so tense. We're all friends here, are we not? Why don't you join me for some tea? This restaurant's beverages are simply to die for.
I didn't even recognize you at first. We have not seen you without the black veil that mask that mask your face. Yeah, but I have. She's had that she had on that exact same kimono when I ran into her in Long Lai. It's not as though I have a pressing need to hide my face. I just think it looked rather stylish, as does this kimono. This may not match the style of dress popular in Long Lai, but I think it suits me rather nicely. Wouldn't you agree? Hate to admit it, but yeah, I do. Who voices Retzi? I don't know. Trail through Daybreak 2 behind the VA. Alright, where are you, Lucrezia? Come on, man. Oh. It's Allegra Clark. I didn't actually know that. I'm not a fan of Allegra Clark as a person, but her work is really good. Her voice work is insanely good, actually. Some of her other roles are like, she voices, fuck, what was her name in Genshin? Not Genshin, fuck, Honkai Star Rail. Oh, I'm making fun of your voice, Retzi voice. Oh. Well, we can keep it that. Well, I mean, here's the problem, alright? Why don't you pay Falcom, alright, to make sure that we get more voices, alright? And then I wouldn't have to worry about fucking voicing, like, other characters, because then I could just let them talk. Unfortunately, I have to voice Retzi, and I have to do my gosh darndest to do a god-awful fucking French accent. So what are you doing in a public place like this anyway? Since the end of last year, we haven't heard anything about the society. Not even a peep. I thought that meant you'd pulled out of the Republic, but I guess that was wishful thinking. There's no need to worry. We aren't planning anything, at least not at present. I'm actually here of my own accord. We enforcers are afforded a great deal of freedom. As well as, we do not interfere with the society's overall aims. We can do whatever we please and go wherever we want. You're joking. Nope. I did hear enforcers had ample autonomy, but I'm having trouble comprehending how the society can function with such a measure in place. That particular perk is only extended to enforcers. The Anguists do not have that luxury. Unfortunately, this is not a pleasure trip in full. I had to take on a rather troublesome assignment. Oh, perhaps I could request your services, like we did back before the Racion Death game. You want our help again? Sorry, but the answer's no. Our interests aren't aligned this time, and frankly, I don't want to get wrapped up in your bullshit. You might not be as bad as the Oathbreaker, but that doesn't make us friends. Oh, my. You don't mince words, do you? Very well, then. I suppose, you do seem to have your hands full, so I won't force the issue. Glad you're so understanding. Now we'll be taking our leave. Oh, and I nearly forgot. There's something I wanted to show you. What do you make of this? What? A pedal? Yesterday there was a minor disturbance at the high-class restaurant in the 2nd Ward. It piqued my interest, so I looked around and found this lying on the corner. I think it's quite pretty. But I have not seen a flower like this in the area. Perhaps it got attached to the soles of someone's shoe and fell off. Yeah, maybe. I get that this isn't exactly a request, but I'll be honest, I ain't exactly a flower expert. Don't expect a report or anything, alright? Of course. Thank you. Until we meet again, Spriggan.
My. This is positively delightful.
Alright. I don't have to do a fucking French accent anymore. Thank God. Thank God. Not until she shows up again in the fucking fragments.
I can't help but worry about the goings-on here.
Allow me to assist. Hope to see you again.
Visiting the Kowloon department store.
Oh my God, please, little,
What'll
don't
it
even
be?
joke about that.
We hope you enjoy your stay as you browse the finest goods Lockport has to offer.
Like, please don't even joke about that. I don't want to think about that whatsoever.
Welcome. Thank you for visiting the Kowloon department store. We hope you enjoy your stay as you browse the finest goods Lockport has to offer.
You know you missed me in your streams. For real though, there's zero chance of that happening. I made it hard, didn't I?
Thank you for visiting
That slip is a goddamn noodle.
We hope you enjoy your stay as you browse the finest goods Lockport has to offer. Welcome.
Thank you.
God, thank God, it's so easy to get fucking Mira in this game. That spending I just did wouldn't have even happened in Daybreak 1. Not even close.
Why don't we see?
Oh, there's a shop down there. I can buy all the food.
Would you care for a Monto? Really mean that? What would you like? Please stop by again sometime. Ugh, I'm stuffed.
Oh, I'm full.
Where is the cinema at? Am I blind? Do I have to go to Eastern Quarter for the cinema?
What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
I'm pretty sure I'm blind.
My noodles are the best in town.
What'll you have?
Come again.
Hey, friend. Ah, I got some good stuff. Thanks as always.
Oh, Aaron, thank you so much for
Take all the time you need. Be seeing you.
help earlier.
My pleasure.
Here,
Just glad
I take great pride in all my merchandise.
worked out.
I'll admit, I am a little nervous, but it's okay. Aaron's here to...
What'll it be?
Proverbs of Divinity.
Thank you.
Oh, bless.
What'll it be? Thank you.
This must be the Eastern Quarter.
No wonder things have calmed down. Come on. My stuff can't be beat. I'll be waiting for you.
Aaron, things get hairy around here again. I'm counting on you to help me out.
You got it, Pops.
The citizens are more composed than I expected, given the present circumstances.
That's because they know Aaron has their backs.
Way to go. Little Spriggan of Longport.
Shut up, I'll kick your ass.
Little
I need to
Spriggan
hurry
of
up and fix
Longport.
this situation before it starts affecting everyone in town.
What would you like? Come again.
Alright, let's see. Full of shops. You know, like, this isn't like a theater, so. Where's the theater at in fucking Longport? Is it in the department store?
Welcome. Thank you for visiting the Kowloon department store.
No. It's in the hotel? Oh wait, did they make this
Wait,
Wasn't this place a dummy corporation for Almada?
Messeldom Trading Company was dissolved after a compulsory investigation by the police.
And their other dummy companies went with them. Thought that'd restore a bit of peace, but I don't know.
Very well.
My guide has a very shitty picture of the cinema. Doesn't show where it's at. There we go.
Allow me to assist.
Yo, they got a... Dude. Yo, is that a... Is that Nina in a basketball movie? Which movie haven't... I mean, I haven't seen 3.8.
That's
Alright,
enough!
that is
No
Nina.
more fighting! We're a team, aren't we?
Are we? I don't see a team. Just a bunch of chumps who can't score for shit. Listen up. If any of you get your hands on the ball, pass it to me. I'll turn this game around in no time flat.
You just don't get it, Evan. How can I get this through your thick skull? You have no idea what this sport is about.
Oh, great. You're all here. I just got done talking to the coach. Hey, Evan, you mind if I be selfish for a sec? Put me in for the second half. Please. I'm begging you.
Damn it. They're all over
Oh,
me.
there's two
Be able to make
screens
a
for this
pass.
movie?
But is anyone even open? Huh?
Now's not the time to be calling it quits, Evan. I might not be great at this game, but I love it more than anything in the world.
Just
So I
like I'm
get
watching Kirk on a
it. I get why
basket.
you're so fired up about it. Our passion burns just as bright as yours, and it won't get snuffed out here. No way in hell.
What's with that stupid grin on his... Oh, no. That guy can't do anything right. Ah, what the hell. Go for it, Halil. Show me that you've got what it takes.
You can do it! Take it to the hole, you two!
That was pretty filling.
Oh,
I'm full.
oh,
I'm full.
oh.
I'm full.
I'm full.
Here's your schedule.
Thanks.
I'll take that.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Now we got a fish.
Would you care for a Monto?
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing
I'm curious
spot.
to see how well I'll perform.
I mean, maybe not actually. Already grabbed the 4 skill.
No.
I did already get the 4th skill. Nice. A Naisu. Oh wait. Do I already have an A rank puffer? I do already have an A rank puffer. Okay. On 11. I think we should be good. Alright, side quest time.
Now, what's it say?
Sibling showdown. To the Bracer Guild. So you've come, Spriggan. Well, if it isn't the little girlie from the Gekka school. Heard your big brother's here in Longport. Li Leon, right? Right? Thought he was trying to put some space between himself and home. If memory serves, he was working with at a department store in Edith. Oh yeah, we've met him before. Said you wanted to fight him while he was here. While he's here. Hasn't it been a while since we've seen each other? Well, it's only been, this is the only way he'll listen to me. I'll need your help to get it done. That's why I'm challenging him into a bout. Ideally, I'd like to pair with one of you for it. Fight between siblings. Maybe ask why you would do such a thing? Well, my brother is next in line to take over as head of the Gekka school. And he's run off to the capital, and I'd like to convince him to return home. Gekka school's dojo, that's over in the 2nd ward. You don't agree with him with what he's decided to do, so you want to fight him, win, and force him to take on the responsibilities. Is that it? Not exactly a complicated plan. And complicated is it's kind of our thing, you know. Seems pretty satisfied with his life in Edith. Why not just let him be? I understand the path he's chosen, but we were born into the main house of the Gekka school. As a family with deep roots here in Longport, we have a duty to our heritage. Well, I get that, but why can't you just fight him one-on-one? Because I want him to take the fight seriously, which I know he won't if it's just me. That's why I'd like to duel him in a pair. If he has to deal with more than one opponent, he'll have no choice but to fight in earnest. Spriggan, please help me. Sure. Whatever. Yeah, I got it. We'll help you out. We know you guys are pretty well after all. Thank you, I really appreciate this. Alright, in that case, I'll pair up with you, Xiaoling. It's been a while since I've sparred with Li Lian. Wonder what if he's got any new tricks. That does mean you'll be going up against both Van and your brother, though. You okay with that? Would that be right? What's that supposed to mean, brat? Mr. Wei, did you attend Xiaoling's dojo as a kid? No. I gotta get comfortable. Yeah, mostly went there to play when I was a kid, but Li Lian helped train me sometimes too. He used to be a real hard ass though, but I think I prefer that over the whole lazy bit he's been pulling lately. Back then, everyone at the dojo wanted to be just like him. Ah, nostalgia. But now's not the time to be getting sentimental. Let's head over to the dojo.
Commencing mission.
Let's be on our way.
Oh, if it isn't Van. You're ways away from home, ways away from Edith, friend. I'm surprised you knew I was. Ah, yes. My little sister. I'm sure this will be exciting. Li Lian, I demand we have a duel. Your skills have withered in your self-exile. As your family, it's my duty to beat you back into shape. There's no way. That's no way to greet your brother, Xiaoling. Right on the steps of the dojo, no less. Actually, I'll have you know, I came here of my own volition to renew my sense of purpose. I like to believe that you're just snooping around because Baba is out. Ooh, all right through me, huh? Sorry about my little sister trying to drag you into this mess, Van. Look, Xiaoling, I'm just a pharmacist now. I've already decided to leave the way of martial arts to you. I only came back here on a whim. Do you mind escorting her home? Li Lian. Stop treating her like a child. She came here to talk to you about something serious. Don't you think you're being rude? Maybe your little sister, but she still deserves your respect. You can at least hear what she has to say. I guess you're right. Very, thank you. Li Lian, I've never given up my dream of bringing you back to the dojo. So if I win our duel, promise me that my dream will come true. In return, if I lose, I'll resign from my position as a bracer. Hey, hold on a second. You would go that far? I see. You're very determined, aren't you, Xiaoling? After all, you've even brought the Spriggan along, which means you knew I wouldn't go along with this otherwise. I take it you understand my resolve then. Now let's... However, I cannot accept those terms. I'm assuming you planned for me to pair up with Van. Someone from another school in a battle to decide who succeeds the Gekka. You see where I'm going with this, right? You have a point. He's got me there. I wonder who would make for a good replacement. Not that I plan to help search for one, mind you. My poor old back would simply give out on me. Hey, I thought you were finally taking this seriously. Really didn't sound like he was budging anytime soon. Now we gotta find someone to take Van's place, huh? What a pain in the ass. A martial artist who can not only match Li Lian's superior skill, but also a practitioner of the Gekka school. I doubt many fit the bill. Gotta be someone we know. What about that guy over at Longkai Clinic? Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be a good match. Let's go have a talk with him.
What are we waiting for?
Hello.
It's all thanks to Aaron.
All thanks to Aaron.
Oh, did you hurt something?
Van gave a brief explanation of the situation to Shen Li. I see. I thought I heard something about Li Lian's return. Please, if there's anything you can do to help us. As a bracer and a member of the Gekka school, I'm sure you can imagine how I feel coming to you of all people. If this is the only way to convince my brother, then I have no problem asking a former Shangsho for help. A former song show? I've heard the price is high for leaving the role of Shangsho. Well, I won't deny it. Look, we have no intention of digging into your past. All we need is a little help. I'm assuming you know Li Lian. Yeah, I guess you could call us childhood friends. We used to go to the dojo together. There's a lot of Gekka practitioners in Heiyue's ranks. I've never stopped training, but not because I wanted to keep up with my Shangsho days. No, I keep training because I'm committed to never performing acts of violence ever again. And that's more than enough about me, though. To be honest, I'm a bit skeptical of what Li Lian's true intentions are. Yeah, me too. In any event, the past doesn't matter now. I want you to help my brother's as my brother's childhood friend, not as a former Shangsho. I expect he remembers the core principle of the Gekka school. Violence is to be rejected, not embraced. Yeah, I remember Master Tai Long teaching us that. Why not give them a hand, then? No. Dr. Longkai. You're worried, no? I think you should do as your heart desires. You're right. For the sake of an old friend, I accept your request. Thank you so much. I'm sure my brother will be thrilled. I was hoping to finally get to spar with Van, but it seems that it just wasn't meant to be. Please, I'm more than happy to sit this one out. Heh, maybe next time. Anyhow, please give me some time to prepare. I'll come by once I've finished up here. Alright then, let's head back to the dojo.
On my way.
Once more.
Li Lian, we found your match. So soon. Well, this certainly wasn't who I was expecting. Been a while, Li Lian. But now even poor Shenli's been dragged into my baby sister's selfish schemes. I imagine you're not exactly thrilled to be here, huh? I'm just glad to get the chance to help a friend in need. Look, if you want to keep lazing around for the rest of your life, all you gotta do is win. No need for any sappy shit. But you're gonna have to clear up all the stuff that you threw to the wayside. Your actions affect more than just you. I guess running away is a bad look. Alright, I accept your challenge, Xiaoling. Yeah, that's all I wanted to hear. I wasn't so sure he would accept. You've got this. I'll be expecting you not to pull your punches, Xiaoling. Well, let's do this. Of course.
Deploying shards.
Let's do this, Shaolin!
We won't go easy. Activating skill.
Have some of that!
Shaolin Showdown.
Pay for that. You're up.
Activating skill.
Blazing flash!
It's go time!
Activating skill.
Have some of this! It's go time!
Activating skill.
Blink and you'll miss it. Soar for me! Phoenix Dance!
Boost gauge limit crushed.
You've gotten stronger.
One.
Pathetic. These two were pathetic. We did it, Aaron. We won. Yeah, like there was any doubt. Ever any doubt. Ugh, my bones haven't seen that much action in a long time. You don't even look winded, Aaron. The frauds. I didn't think I'd ever get to fight alongside you again, Shenli. Your skills sure have dull, though. Should have gone dull, though. Huh, well, I could say the same to you. Let's just say we both did our best and leave it at that. You know, I think this duel has given me a better understanding of you, Lilian. And still, I believe you to be the best choice for taking over the dojo. You're more than qualified, even as you are now. It's what Baba wants, too. I'm glad to hear you say that, Xiaoling. I really am. However, I'm afraid I cannot honor your request. I'm sorry. But you promised. You said if I won, you'd take over the dojo. Unfortunately, little sister, that isn't quite what I said. Besides, I don't think, don't you think it's a little strange for a person who just lost the duel to be put in charge of a martial arts school? Why are you so... The request for us to participate in the fight. Now that's finished. Ah, screw it. I'm sure it wouldn't have hurt to give him a push in the right direction. Oh, I didn't realize there was a choice here for this one. I'm gonna provoke him. Because Xiaoling has got to stay with the Bracer Guild. She got pre-engagements. We need all the bracers we can. All right, we can get. Bracers are needed. All right, sounds like that's a case closed. Too bad your dream of laying low for the rest of your life didn't come true. Guess it's time for you to turn in your resignation, Xiaoling. What? There's no need. After all, if I don't honor my promise, you shouldn't have to. Have to either. You sneaky SOB. Xiaoling came to you with serious intention. You never planned to honor her commitment. then you should have accepted her. You shouldn't have accepted her challenge in the first place. Lilian. Sure know how to make someone feel bad, don't you? What you said is true. I have no excuse. That said, I'm still not able to give you the answer you want. Whether or not someone is qualified to become the next master isn't simply a matter of martial prowess. There's also a deep sense of purpose, reputation, propriety. These are all necessary qualities for a master to have. Xiaoling possesses all of them. I mean, from the bottom of my heart. Well, you say that. Not to pile on this, on the wild filly here. Aaron calls her a wild filly, like Ash calls fucking Yuna a wild filly. But I remember how the students of the dojo used to look up to you. You had a pretty good reputation back then. Just what the hell happened, man? Did something go down after I stopped coming to the dojo? Lilian. I wonder why you stopped training. You're acquaintances, aren't you, Mr. Arkwright? Yeah, but I wouldn't call us close. Never really talked about stuff like that. I think I kinda got an idea what happened, though. How disappointing. Heads up. Oh god, it's got long. I forgot he came in a side quest. Everyone alright? Yeah, I am unharmed. Ugh. Swift as a demon, as always. Lilian, are you alright? Yes, everything's fine. Not bad. You protected the little girl too. I guess you do still carry the blood of the Gekka school. Why would you attack us like that? Because of you, my brother, the Shongsho, who ended up at Longkai Clinic, huh? Better than where our own ended up, I suppose, but not quite as satisfying. Sorry I don't live up to your expectations. I felt some kind of energy from in the area and decided to drop by. I'm pleased to see some familiar faces. Well then, I'll be taking my leave now. Who was that? He might have come across as a jerk, but I'm sure you saw how powerful his technique was. Yeah, he's the one that's been stirring up rumors recently. The strongest Gekka practitioner there is. He's the one that Ashen told us about. The foremost fighter of the Lai family. I see. That would explain his strength. Doesn't seem like he's involved with what's going on though. He just shows up and leaves like nothing. That info we got from before seems suspicious now. Yeah. Hey, he didn't even try to test my strength. I don't like him. I hope I never see him again. You know, he actually trained at our dojo in the past for about a year. Seemed like every student there wanted to challenge him, and he defeated them all with ease. Including me. So that's why you lost your nerve. Yes, when he defeated me, I felt the overwhelming gap between our abilities. It was too much for me to overcome. But I believe now I understand the reason for our differences. Huh? That's not what I expected. This doesn't mean that I'm going to return to the way of the martial arts, though. However, the emptiness in my soul, it feels a bit more full now. Leanne. Anyway, I believe our father ought to be returning soon. I think I'll take my leave here. Xiaoling, I'm sorry for leaving you with such a heavy burden. Hold on, we're not done here. Well, that was a pretty weird interruption. Still, at the very least, everything turned out all right in the end. Yeah, I'll say. I should probably keep an eye out for that guy in the future, though. Lilian. Trust you'll be able to move forward with your life now.
Well done, everyone.
Reward deposited.
What's more?
On my way.
I went around and gathered everything in this area already. But what I need to do is cook. Can I cook from this? Can I go from here? Use kitchen.
Sure, I don't mind. I learned this from Gran.
Got it. I'll try my hardest. I did a taste test first.
It would be my pleasure. Please, help yourself. Indeed.
Indeed, indubitably.
That was pretty filling. That was pretty filling. That was pretty filling.
Now I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I've returned. There is a new fish in this area, though. Fish I don't have yet.
I can catch a big one here.
I'm curious to see how well I'll perform.
There! A hit!
My, this one's quite large. I'm happy to report I caught one.
A Quicksilver card. What I needed. And I already had the red perch. Alright, actually, technically, that was new for me. You guys, huh? Kinda figured you'd show up eventually. All that commotion was definitely surprising yesterday, but most folks have been going out and about in their business as usual. Seems like that's Heiyue's doing though. Because they wanted to step in and keep things under control. Well, yeah, this may just be family trouble to them, but it's in their best interest to keep the citizens from panicking. Anyway, can we assume that drinking first thing in the morning is your own brand of business as usual? Hey, this is still my first drink of the day, alright? Let a guy take a chance to relax. Oh, by the way, are you guys familiar with Seven Hearts? That's that card game that's been real popular recently. It's the first time I'm hearing of it. Rules are a bit different from other card games, but it hasn't stopped me and Hal from getting hooked on it. Good for workers to take a break every now and then, don't you think? What do you say I'm playing around? I don't think that sounded like as convincing as you thought it would. Perhaps you could take him up on the offer.
Indeed.
Alright, we'll play around 2 on 2. Pick a partner. Alright, who to pick? Where's that? I hate this card game. This card game is like dumb. It's just Uno.
Let the games begin.
Yeah, bring back Vantage Masters, please.
Oh, sucks for you. Taste my fury.
This one's my trump card.
What about this?
I will start these cards anew. I am victorious.
Hey, we won. Oh man, I lost, huh? Well, at least I had a good time. Here, take these as thanks for playing with me. Thanks. Alright, cool.
Last year sure was rough.
Wait, did I not get?
This must be the Eastern Quarter.
Where's the trading
My
do
stuff,
that?
I'll be waiting for you.
What'll it be? Thank you.
Oh.
What'll it be?
I was like, I know for damn sure.
Thank you.
I collected all the glove accessories. It might be better on ban. Double pearl ring. I'll go ahead and tell you, that is not what we're gonna throw on her.
And you'll never guess what happened next.
Another quest. Oh, damn, this quest's a little long.
Where to next?
Now, what's it say?
The missing dragon chariot.
My noodles are the best in town.
Are you a Minho that sent the 4SPG request? It looks like you got Harrion with you too. Well, yes, I'm Minho with the Red Star. Thank you so much for coming, Spriggan. Oh, and you've brought Aaron along with you. Oh, that's very encouraging. Hell yeah, man. With me on board, it's always smooth sailing. Anyway, what's this I hear about the dragon chariot going missing? It was over at the main plaza till yesterday, wasn't it? I have a question, actually. What exactly is a dragon chariot? Oh, right. I suppose if you're not from Longport, you probably wouldn't be too familiar with it. It's a yearly tradition, a kind of a symbolic thing. Every year, the most influential people in Heiyue invest a large sum of Mira into prepping the high-class luxury car to put on display. Oh yeah, that's that fucking snazzy-ass car that was sitting out front when we first got here. And they show it off at the Lunar New Year festival to impress anyone with eyes. It's to make sure that everyone knows how rich and powerful Heiyue is. I hear in the old days they used to do it with boats and ox carts. Ever since the Red Star came around, though, luxury orbital cars have been the staple. After the festival, it gets toured around every location you could think of before eventually being auctioned off. Auctioned off? Then I suppose the Eastern Theater serves as an auction house. That's correct. In fact, the Dragon Chariot was supposed to be brought into the theater today. We were actually just having a meeting about it. Unfortunately, just as we were getting ready to proceed, it disappeared. If we don't do something, our company will be out of a huge investment, and that's not even to mention how much it'll inconvenience our partners in Heiyue. Is there any way we could enlist your services to help retrieve the Dragon Chariot? Well, what do you say, old man? Let's see. Of course. We accept every and all quests. Alright, we'll take a case. Heiyue's not really in a place to deal with this right now, so I've got and I've had my fair share of experiences with stuff like this. Besides, as a casual fan of old cars myself, I want to see whoever stole that beauty brought to justice. Casual fan, he says. But I'm with you. Can't just leave some 2-bit thieves to get away with something like this. I appreciate you doing this kindness. Doing us this kindness. To be honest, I was a bit worried you might not take the job. It's an incredibly expensive vehicle, after all. If you don't manage to get it back, the Red Star will be at a huge financial loss. This may not be relevant to the investigation, but exactly how much is a Dragon Chariot worth? Let's see, the chassis base. The chassis base is one of Red Star's more pricey models, the Nexus 3. And then you've got the embossing work from a first-class professional. The pure gold ornamental pieces, gold outer coating. The manufacturer cost alone would put it at 30 million Mira. $30 million Mira? I can't believe someone would pay so much for a single car. Then when it comes time to auction, the highest bidding price usually goes well beyond the original value. There's no doubt that the thieves would be able to make a rather significant profit from it. I imagine they mean to use the money to fund their criminal activities. From a risk management perspective, this case seems absolutely critical. Alright, first things first, I need you two to tell me all the details about how this car was being transported to the theater. Any moment you can think of where the car would have been stolen. Yes, you see, the Red Star crew started moving it into the theater around 5 hours ago. They finished about 4 hours ago, which everyone decided to leave. Unfortunately, around that time, there was one issue that cropped up. It prevented us from being able to keep a proper eye on the chariot. What happened? Well, as soon as they started bringing in the car, the revenue service decided to show up for an audit. We were so busy dealing with them, there was no time for anything else. It seemed like it took forever. The auditors only left a few minutes ago. An audit from the revenue service, huh? So that's how it all ties together. Alright. And right after Fan Lu just got arrested on false charges of tax evasion. It makes sense that other businessmen would start being suspected of fraud too. But you gotta admit, timing's pretty suspicious. Yes, it's hard to believe it's just a coincidence. Either the criminal knew that the revenue service exact schedule, or perhaps I'm ashamed to admit that our lack of vigilance but there were so many crew members on hand, we assumed everything would be fine. Perhaps some of them noticed something we didn't. Don't you think you should have given them more clear instructions? You guys were the ones in charge, after all. Well, either way, wouldn't be a bad idea to ask around inside the theater. Just need to take it slow and trace their path step by step. Get to it. What's up, Fuka? Sorry to bug you. Aaron? What can I do for you? Actually, those people with you, aren't they? Yeah, we just have a few questions we'd like to ask you. You heard about the Dragon Chariot being stolen, right? Yes, I have, in fact. I even gave them a bit of a hand when they were bringing it in. But I'm sorry, I don't have any idea when it was taken. Even the smallest detail you can remember might help us. Did you notice anything, if anything, felt off at the time? I guess there was that one thing, although I might just be overthinking it. Around 3 hours ago, someone from Red Star came back to the theater with a big truck. I assume he came just to do some additional servicing, but I was so busy at the time I wasn't able to pay him much attention. that certainly does sound strange. After all, according to Mr. Minho, the crew left the theater about 4 hours ago. Even if they had forgotten to take care of something, it would be unusual to send a single person without informing anyone beforehand. And Minho had his hands full with the revenue service right after the actual Red Star crew left. That would have been the best time to get the car out without anyone noticing. Yeah, my bet's on this Red Star guy being the she saw being a fake. If he played the part well enough, nobody would even blink an eye if he stole the car. I'm so sorry. If I had paid more attention, this wouldn't have happened. It's not your fault, Fuka. Still, you don't think a big truck is enough to haul a dragon chariot? Would stand out of place and stand out in a place like Longport. I got a feeling they hid it somewhere. Must have been a pain in the ass finding a place that could fit it all. Maybe someone involved in transporting goods might know something. Think about it. That delivery guy, Anthony, runs mail all over the new town. Probably got a few contacts in the shipping industry. Wouldn't be surprised if he knows something. Let's get going then.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Got a question for you.
Got a question for you. A truck carrying heavy cargo, huh? Well, I mean, Longport is a harbor city, so it's not really unusual to see trucks that big every now and then. But actually, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing a large Red Star truck headed for the harbor district around the time you mentioned. And you haven't noticed any changes in the area lately, have you? Any workers you haven't seen before renting out a storage space or boats? Nah, can't say that I have. But maybe. Something jog your memory. Well, you remember that warehouse where that murder was about half a year ago? After that happened, most people around here didn't want a thing to do with it. But just recently, one of my clients, a guy named Lai Hong, said his company decided to start renting it. Heard they stopped using it though. I was wondering maybe something had happened. Oh, that warehouse. I guess that makes sense. People would be avoiding that place. The fact that somebody wanted to rent it at all smells pretty fishy to me. It's also more than big enough to hide not just the car, but the truck carrying it too. Looks like the harbor's our only lead right now. Let's see what we can find. Man, of all places, why did it have to be there? Harbor District. Oh no. I wonder what happened. Are you Lai Hong? We heard you're the guy that's renting this place out. Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with? We're in the middle of an investigation, and this warehouse came up as a spot of interest. We were told that you had stopped using this one in particular. Is that correct? Yes, that's right. My understanding is that they found some kind of issue related to last year's incident. Yesterday, somebody from a security company that oversees the harbor showed up and said that they'd be taking it over temporarily. And yet, did something else happen? Well, I came by here just a minute ago to take a look, and it seems like somebody else is already making use of it. That shouldn't happen if the security company is keeping it under lock and key, though. That's pretty suspicious. I hate to ask, but would you mind letting us take a peek? That's fine, to be honest. I was just sitting here wondering whether if I should take a look myself. If we could learn something from it, I don't see the harm. Ha! I knew it. I'm guessing that's not your company's truck. Definitely not. Who in the world brought this thing in here? And what's the security company up to? Let's hope the Dragon Chariot's still in there. Having found a suspicious truck inside the warehouse, Van's group quickly proceeded to check its cargo. Unfortunately, the delivery bed was completely empty. Well, that's about what I expected. Must have been a temporary storage location for them along the way. They probably realized how likely it was for the police to check the warehouse. They picked this place, they picked this location as a decoy. I just attempted to access the server of the security firm that controls this area. However, there is no record of any issues being found within this particular warehouse. Nor is there a record of them taking temporary custody over it. It seems likely that the security personnel that informed you of the supposed issue was an imposter. I can't believe that they managed to pull one over me. It's such a simple disguise. I feel so foolish. Well, kinda sounds like something about him stood out to you. Well, see, I couldn't help but notice that his hair was a rather striking shade of green. It gave me a bit of a startle, honestly. Green hair, huh? That means he stands out in a crowd. At any rate, it looks like the thief brought the chariot to the harbor in this truck, then transferred it to some other vehicle. Whether it was another truck or a boat remains to be seen, though. Let's ask around and see if we can pick up the trail.
Treasure located.
Treasure located. Ooh, hacking. Hacking! We hacking, boys.
Access granted. I'm going in. This is kid stuff. I bypassed the security. This is kid stuff. No sweat. That's a good lock. Now do me a side bypass the security. I made it. This thing's
Oh, that was so easy. Quintet. All right. Oh, based. What do I currently have reset on?
Odds updated.
So we do Refreshing Veil. Tira. And Ivy Frost. For now.
Got a question for you.
Suspicious heavy cargo, huh? No, I haven't taken in anything like that myself. Well, actually, it might not be related, but this morning, someone I'd never seen came in to charter a boat. Oh yeah? Mind telling us what they look like, what type of boat they rented? Well, they were a man, a middle-aged Navy type. Yeah, with a little bit of a beard. I think he said he was an officer. No, a lieutenant colonel. I thought it was a bit odd for someone to be in the Navy renting out a civilian boat, but I didn't really think much of it. I mean, we get all kinds. It's not every day, still, it's not every day you see people renting an orbital sail with a small barge attached. An orbital sail? Now, those are vessels with orbital machines that propel them more easily than a regular sailboat. Those engines are only auxiliary, however, as they don't provide much in the way of horsepower. That being said, if the barge is small enough to carry a single vehicle, the engine may just be sufficient enough to tow it. This Navy guy sounds like he's our target. Did the boat already leave? Yes, I'd barely taken my eyes off them for a second before they were gone. Sounds like there was more going on here than I thought. Should I not have rented out the equipment? Nah, you got nothing to worry about. Anyway, I think I got a pretty good idea of the scale of the scheme now. Find a place where we can sort through everything that we've learned so far. Well, at least now that we know the entire sequence of events. So to sum it up, we have people believed to be the culprits bringing a truck to the theater, moving it to the warehouse, and then running a boat with the barge. Every location they were disguised to look like someone who could feasibly have a business there. But we were given two descriptions: a young guy with green dressed hair and like a security guard, and a middle-aged Navy officer. We don't know the guy pretending to be the Red Star employee looked like, but do you think that they were all different people in disguise? I have heard that there is a phantom thief capable of mimicking the likeness of various people, and by himself no less. Although he seems to be an isolated case. We should be careful not to discount the possibility that this is the work of a single individual. That's true. But this job had multiple culprits. I got a feeling we were dealing with multiple culprits here. I mean, if there were really just one guy, there wouldn't have been a point in making it all so complicated, right? They were probably handing off the car to one another in disguise, so that it would be harder to track down. Makes sense to me. So who's behind it? You figured everything out already, haven't you? Well, the first people that come to mind are a small group of amateur thieves. I think it might just be a small group of amateur thieves. If a bigger organization was involved, they would have put together a plan with a higher chance of success. These guys prepped the warehouse in a boat right before committing the crime, which makes me think that this wasn't a whole lot of brand power involved. I mean, regardless of speculation, though, they did still manage to get away with it. I agree. Looking at their plan, it seemed a bit rushed and simplistic. It was put together very haphazardly. They seem to only have succeeded by being well coordinated and light on their feet. I must say, it also seems unlikely that the visit from the revenue service had anything to do with them. Yeah, it was just a little too convenient for my liking, but probably not as relevant as we thought. Let's go back to what you know about these guys again. Capable of rudimentary disguises, trust each other, operate a small unit, and work fast. You guys also remember a certain threesome that fit the bill? Oh! You know those guys we dealt with in Tharbad last year? The Devonsey brothers. The Devonsey brothers. This incident certainly does fit their MO. And according to a recent search, it seems that they managed to break out of jail just a few weeks ago. It's still unclear how they escaped, but it's likely that they had outside assistance. Well, that settles that. All we gotta do is hunt them down. You know where they went, don't you? Yeah. They must have taken the Dragon Chariot, too. Heilong Shenjai. Heilong Shenjai. Most people tend to keep their distance from that place, but it's just close enough to get there with an orbital sail. Shit, that's the last place I wanted to go. Makes sense though. There's a reason Almada used it for their hideout. Practically screams, "Hey, hide your stolen shit here, dude." What do you think they're doing with that all the way over there? They want to sell it off. Well, they'd have to load it up again and take it somewhere else, wouldn't they? That's why I thought Heilong Shenjai gave off a more stench than the eroded cave. Not easy to tell just by looking at the map, but on the east side of Heilong Shenjai there's a small path that links back up with the main highway. But there is? I mean, the place was used for mining after all. Makes sense that they'd have a few roads for transporting. Gotta be long abandoned by now, though. If they disguise the Dragon Chariot somehow, they have it on Heilong Shenjai, they would have no issue taking it to the land from there. Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it, yeah. Damn, sure picked a hell of a target right after getting out of the slammer. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get our asses over to Heilong Shenjai. The fact that they have to keep saying Heilong Shenjai every time annoys me. It's like it's like how my friend was like it's like saying a pimp named Slickback. You always got to say a pimp named Slickback. You can't just say Slickback. You got to say a pimp named Slickback. Shove at the eastern quarter wharf should be able to hook us up with the boat. First ward.
Time to depart.
Bandit group in an effort to track down the Dragon Chariot decided to once again travel to Heilong Shenjai. Soon thereafter. Whoa, look at that, guys! An orbital sail with the barge. I knew it. It would seem that it would be just as you surmised, Mr. Arkwright. They probably haven't taken the chariot too far. I bet we'll find them pretty close by. Let's be careful going forward. Come on, you got it. Understood. There it is. Nice work out there, brothers. We managed to get this thing's bits and bobs on the black market. Our mirror woes will be ancient history. Before you know it, we'll be out of Calvard and making a name for ourselves in a whole new part of the world. We never could have done it without your foolproof plan, big bro. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought to get somebody to meddle with the revenue service? Nobody used that to. Alright. That's enough praise for me. Besides, you guys played your part to a T as well. I must say, your disguises have gotten pretty convincing lately. Still, I think one of us really ought to consider changing his hair color next time. Hey, the hair is what makes me me. No way I'm getting rid of it anytime soon. Whatever. You should be proud of this one. Boys, the bonds of brotherhood have secured us yet another victory. Let's say we crack open a bottle and have a toast. We deserve a little reward, don't you think? We can always slip out the abandoned pathway tomorrow. Well, ain't that sweet? Brotherly love sure is a beautiful thing, right, man? No doubt about that. And they even let us listen in on their little plan. Nice group of guys, I gotta say. Too bad. Too bad about all that time you're gonna get to celebrate, though. Hope you losers are ready to be back behind bars. If your bonds run so deep, then why not put that energy into something that actually helps others for once? I'm afraid we have you cornered, Devonsey brothers. Turn yourselves in and we promise to do no harm. But what are you doing here? Actually, haven't I seen you somewhere before? They're the guys that fooled our plans back in Tharbad. The Spriggan, huh? Why'd it have to be you again? Hey, we're not all that thrilled to run into you crooks either. But you boys are at the end of your rope, and speaking of rope, how about you stand there so we can tie you three up? What, you think we're gonna just back down now? You meddled with our plans for the last time, Spriggan. You're toast. You'll go getting all cocky because you took us down once before. We'll give you a real run for your money this time. With me, brothers. Got it.
Initiating shot.
Destroy them! You're freaking dead!
Fine, let's play.
You're freaking dead. Damn.
Here's my chance. Accessing. Initialize. Mr. Arkwright. Activating.
Over here! All for you! Hit him fast, Fairy!
Activating films. Aaron.
You're done for.
Now it's my turn. It's over yet. Activating skill. Huh? There.
You're going down.
My move now. Think fast! Take it off! Make it count, Aaron!
Activating skill.
Have some of this! Fairy, now!
There.
Seriously?
Devonsey brothers, more like shit brothers. Can't believe we lost to these bastards again. I swear on my soul, this won't be the last you hear of the Devonsey brothers. Yeah, we'll always bounce back. Just you wait until we get out of prison. You'll get what's coming to you eventually. You're gonna live to regret you ever messing with us, Spriggan. Or maybe you guys could just learn your lesson and stop being thieves and stop thieving already. You act all tough. You can act all tough all you want. That's about the least scary thing I've heard all week. Well, that takes care of these idiots. Now I'm just worried about the car. Is it okay? It would seem so. Nothing more than a few minor abrasions. I think we can return it to our client as is. At least the barge will make it back to Longport a little easier. Right. Let's bring it back to the theater. What's wrong, man? I'm just remembering something they mentioned earlier. Like hell you're gonna get any more out of me. You guys said something about getting somebody to meddle with the revenue service, didn't you? So the auditing was part of your little heist after all. Oh yeah. The timing was certainly suspect. Oh, is that so? Fine. You want to know the truth, who our partner in crime is? I'll tell you. The truth is, I don't actually know their name. What? I thought you guys were all buddy-buddy. And here I was thinking that you had connections to some big hotshot. Well, I don't mind spitting a few secrets. See, we got word from someone using a pseudonym that they wanted to help us out. Their only condition was that we had to call some kind of uproar in Longport, and it had to be today. Said it would even lay all the groundwork. Oh, you certainly know how to pick them. Look at you, strangers to your advantage. Using strangers to your advantage. Nice going, bro. But what's with these guys? Brill, you'd think they'd be more angry about the whole thing about being used as pawns. But someone's been trying to stir things up in Longport. Bet it's whoever betrayed the Liu family. It makes sense if they were the ones pulling the strings here too. Anyway, before we return the dragon chariot, we better decide what we're gonna do with these guys. It would probably just put even more stress on Heiyue if we pushed them off on them. Let's try and come up with something else. Let's see. We'll give them to the guild. Not only are they prison escapees, but they also stole from the prison. If anything, we should probably hand them over to the police, but I'll be honest, I'm tempted to turn them over to the guild instead. Why do you say that? Not sure if we can trust the police right now. Exactly. With Fan Lu getting arrested, it's possible whoever set him up is a plant in the Longport Police Department. Even if we don't know for sure, it would be risky to trust them with these guys. That's true. You know, in a worst case scenario, us turning them in may be used against us. So, just to be on the safe side, we should try our best to avoid the police for now. Even if the guild has some restrictions, it'd be a lot better than handing them over to someone who might actively try to hinder us. You know what we haven't had? We haven't had a traitor bracer. We haven't had a bracer that turned traitor. Maybe that should happen. Maybe that'll be a good random like twist. Man, I do not remember half the shit that happens in Longport like other than the fact that like other than the what's the fucking thing? Other than the Shizuna versus Kasim fight. Like I remember that. Trying to make sure, because we got no new fish on the next one. Okay. And so, thanks to Van and crew, the Dempsey brothers were captured once again. With the case now closed, the Dragon Chariot was soon returned to the theater, where it would await its new owner. Thank you so much for all you've done. I'm so glad we were able to get that chariot back in one piece. We don't need to worry about Red Star's reputation taking a plummet either. Yes, now we have a card back. Tonight's auction should be able to proceed as planned. Thank you all. I hope you know how truly grateful we are. It was no biggie. I just did what any fellow car lover would do. Don't you think it's time to get a new hobby, old man? I'm really glad it worked all out. I'm sure this car means a lot to the people of Longport. It sure does. And in times like these, that's all more the reason for us to keep up tradition. Hopefully it'll help bring back a sense of normalcy. We'll make sure this reward is posted to your account right away. Thank you again for all you've done. Good thing. It was no sweat. Just remember to keep your eyes peeled in the future, yeah? Don't want anyone getting the drop on you again.
That's a wrap.
Mira deposit confirmed.
I can barely contain myself. This is a harbor district, right? To go next. Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Hey, isn't that...
That's one of the Marduk Company's high-speed airships.
Looks like Kasum's in the middle of something.
Huh?
Oh yeah, that's before going over there, I see Young and I see Mirabelle as well.
The mechs have been delivered. The combat drill will proceed as scheduled. Very good. This will be the first drill since we were officially deployed. I fully expect you to provide me with some excellent data.
Of course. We will try to meet your expectations, sir.
Kasum!
Hello, Mirabelle. It's very nice to see you again.
What are they doing with the Navy? And is that the Basel professor?
Kasum Al-Fayed.
Greetings, Farida. I had heard you were in the city, and it's been some time since our last encounter, Van.
Been a bit, yeah. Haven't seen you since the end of last year. I heard you went back to your hometown, like your little sis.
He always comes home for our New Year's festival. Though I didn't expect to run into you again so soon.
Nor did I. Perhaps it is the will of Arusha and the Flames.
And it's good to see you too, Mirabelle. Been a while since you and I met face to face.
Yeah, well, I call you up a lot for our Marian Garten work, so it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But I'll bet you anything Reset was as giddy as a schoolgirl to see you again.
I was quite happy, yes. Thank you for facilitating my return to Arkwright Solutions.
Aw, don't mention it, girl. Just treat me to a coffee as usual, and we'll be square. I'm guessing the redhead is Erin Way, and you must be the Chief's adorable little sister. Thanks a bundle for always having Reset's back. You guys are the best.
Also, Kasum's been plowing me the past year. Oh yeah, by the way, we're dating.
The pleasure's all ours.
Damn. The two of you couldn't be any less alike if you tried.
Yes, we get that a lot.
We meet again, Spriggan. I'm curious as to what brings you here to Longport. I heard all about what transpired in Messeldom. You and Catra had quite the fascinating little excursion by the sound of things.
Word sure does travel fast these days.
Professor Young, Cronkite.
Let's move to a better spot. Then you can regale me with the finer details.
Got it. So they're finally starting to deploy all those fancy new armaments. Guess that explains why Marduk's here. They're helping out, helping get those assault frames field ready, right? It's been several years since the Empire's Panzer Soldats were first developed, but it's taken the Republic until now to make a similar weapon. Marduk and Vern have been working together, with our security division taking the lead on conducting training exercises at each location. The Navy's thinking about developing some enhanced waterproofing too. And since Kronka here is one of the developers, he came along as a consultant. They can be used in naval combat? That's so cool. Cool isn't the word I'd use. It's freaking scary. Military's getting real strong real fast. I'd do anything to figure out what that president guy is up to. This country's arming itself to the teeth, and I don't like it. At least it doesn't seem like he's trying to go the route the Empire did. Anyway, that Almada's legacy matter sounds fascinating. Whether it's connected to the unfolding conflicts in this city or not can be uncertain. Can't be uncertain. However, it likely bears some relation to your risk management AI's assessment, don't you think? Yes, I agree. Oh yeah, that thing that Reset's employer uses, right? Correct. It is a high-performance AI system used for crisis management. You have it installed on the main terminal at Marduk HQ. It collates and consolidates data on people's geography, history, and economy. And it calculates the danger level of a targeted area or threat levels of an entity or organization. Yep, it's basically the cornerstone of Marduk's total security company's main line of business. What's puzzling is the long line, the AI assigned long line is a red zone label, which is a code for especially dicey. And get this, the reason it gave unknown. First a marching garden, a hijacking, and now this. Small wonder what the system admins on that the system admins on pins and needles. I had assumed that it was simply a bug in the program, but evidently Mr. Thorndike didn't agree. But who? Oh yeah, I forgot about that slime ball. That's so. Guessing he sent you and Qasim's unit here to find out what's going on. Yes, that's right, and luck would have it, you happen to arrive at the same time. I wish to assess the situation from a new perspective, so I applied for a transfer to Arkwright Solutions, and it was readily approved. Gotcha, well, works out for us having you here. But what's the reason behind this danger assessment? The only thing I can think of is... At present, we have no intention of meddling in the affairs of the city. However, we may reassess our stance depending on the circumstances. Nothing that transpires here will impact me or my work, so I have no obligation to help you. That said, if you come to me with something that aligns with my interest, I will at very least consider offering some advice. Heh, you got a stethoscope shoved up your ass, Doc? Okay, well, if we end up needing you guys' help, I'll shoot you a message. Would you mind if we kept in touch during your stay, Mirabelle? Ah, that's what friends do, ain't it? Give me a ring anytime. Just don't slack off on your marching garden floor cleaning duties, alright? understood.
Oh, Kasim, good luck with that training exercise. I'm gonna give it my all, too.
As you should. Show us all what you gained from playing the role of the priestess at the New Year's festival.
Right.
Okay.
Like, I know,
Take a look if you want.
Cloth of the Four Beasts. Okay. I know, that, her and, like, they always make it seem like her and Kasim's relationship is, like, strained. They don't really seem to have that much of a problem. Hey man, you got some time to kill. What do you say to shooting some hoops with me? Basketball, huh? I don't think this hoop was here last time, yeah? Yeah, basketball's gotten pretty popular in Longport recently. Why not give it a go? Yeah, let's fucking do some basketball. Yeah, play one-on-one, yeah. Begin. Rip.
That went well. That went well. Success. I think not. No.
I'll get him. But he sucks at shooting anyway.
Success. That went well. That went well. That went well. That went well.
Buzzer beater.
I think not.
Oh! Okay. Dude, he sucks at shooting.
Yeah!
Oh my god, he finally got one in.
I believe that's game, set, and match.
Damn, you really got skills. So I thought I had that one in the bag. I'm lost is lost. Sure you have this? Yeah, that's my way of saying things. Okay, cool.
I've got my hands full here.
Wrecked kid. Okay, we did all that. And I'll exchange for the sacred scarf. Okay. Let me go to the
Here's your schedule.
board.
On my way.
Hello. Where's your next? Hello. And you'll never guess what happened next.
What'll it be?
Okay, so I have coquettish and color.
Thank you.
Scarf. Somebody. Coquettish scarf.
What'll it be? Thank you.
This must be the Eastern Quarter.
All right.
On my way.
Second ward. fuck yeah.
Second ward has its charms.
Time to take a bath, boys. I could really go for a hot bath. I was so tempted to drop by here yesterday after we wrapped up work. Yeah, but we didn't have time. Even if we did, I doubt we could have, I doubt we would have been in the mood for it. I settled for a shower at the hotel, but I didn't get rid of, it didn't get rid of the fatigue. Heck, still kind of worn out. In that case, how about we make a quick stop? I believe, a change of pace could do us all some good. The maid's encouragement. The maid's encouraging us to slack off. Damn, all Gehenna must have broke loose when I wasn't looking. That's because Rosette likes to fucking taking baths too.
You're really giving off 40-year-old man vibes right now.
Can it with the old man bit for a second, will ya? Let me enjoy this. And don't forget that you're gonna be 25 in 5 or so years too. When people start calling you old, I'll be the one having the last laugh.
Nah, I'm gonna be young at heart for life. Just you wait. Even at 50, I'm gonna be cast in loads of female theater roles. My seduction act's leveled up since our long night trip, you know.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go!
See?
Oh, for the love of Adios. You're such a damn brat, you know that? Oh well. I can endure your shenanigans when I'm here. This is the epitome of relaxation. Even you seem to have loosened up a bit too. Someone harmed your family. I know for sure that you're pissed, as you should be. But you haven't gone rushing off on your own, which is exactly what the Aaron of last year would have done. That's a sure sign that you're growing up.
Don't act like you can see right through me. I've just learned that there's only so much I can do alone. I pounded that lesson into my head. I'm not relying on you, Fairy, or anyone else. I'm just not turning down hands when they're outstretched. If I'm gonna fend off the thing that's inside me, and if I want to prove that I'm different from him, I need to accept help from others.
Hey man, you and Van both, man. Y'all got fucking demons inside you.
And you've been thinking the exact same thing. After all, you did just say you'll be laughing at me in 5 or so years. You're actually thinking about the future. That's a sure sign you're growing up.
Eh.
Way to throw my words back in my face. You're right, though. In that way, we're in the same boat. We really ought to pull ourselves together, don't you think?
Hey! Hands off the hair!
This is a nice treat. It's not often that you and I get to share a bath together.
I suppose you aren't wrong. Although, I have accompanied you a number of times at one of the public baths in the capital. By the way, I noticed you've grown a little since our stay in Longlai.
You think so? I can't really tell myself.
Well, you're almost 14 now, so I would expect a growth spurt or two in the coming years. Bear in mind, though, that even with an organic body, you will not grow much once you've reached adulthood.
Is that really how it works? Huh. I wonder if I'll find the answer I'm looking for by then.
Is something on your mind?
Oh, it's nothing. Just spaced out for a sec. Hey, Rosette? I need your advice on something. How can I, become like you and Agnes? What do I have to do?
It seems she is coming into her womanhood.
Right? I mean, you can't ask Rosette that. Her body was built.
Alright, I think I'm ready to hop into the sauna. Time for my revenge. You're not beating me this time.
Can we not? I'm so sick of these dumbass endurance contests. I've told you, saunas are a sacred...
Aw, don't tell me you're leaving already.
Oh man, I forgot she's here. And she's in the men's area.
What the hell? What are you doing here?
Oh, you know, I heard you guys were in here and thought it'd be fun to hang, so here I am. What's wrong? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Shizuna Rem Mitsurugi.
Oh, so mixed baths aren't a thing here? That's weird.
That's weird.
Oh well, at least it was only Van and Aaron, so it's no biggie.
The hell is that supposed to mean? Yes, I heard that mixed baths were a custom of the Far East. Men and women who've never met before sharing a bath? That kind of thing would never happen in the Central East. Didn't the person at the front desk try and stop you? I was in stealth mode. I totally forgot to turn off my camouflage when I came into town. I have no words. Anywho, this almond ice cream is amazing! It's just the thing I need after that hot bath. Glad I took your recommendation. I'm glad you like it. Don't you just love that almond jelly flavor? That exquisite velvety sensation in your mouth? It's the quintessential dessert of the Eastern Quarter. If you don't get a taste of this every chance you get, then what are you even living for? There he goes again. Are you done with your dumb sweets rant? Great. Now let's talk about the shit that's actually important. Hey, they're important to me. Now then, we will have a few questions for you. We have a few questions for you. Chief among them being, what brings Ikaruga's second in command to Longport? And you're not in your casual combat, your usual combat attire. What's with the wardrobe change? Oh, this? I spotted in one of the shops and thought, ooh, I have to have that. I don't really, though I really don't know much about Western style clothing or fashion. Does it look weird on me? Nah, I think it suits you. Well, I guess that's true if that you don't stick out as much compared to that battle suit. But that's neither here nor there. Aw, why are you so tense? I'm not here to fight, I swear. This meeting was total coincidence. Things have died down with my main gig, so I thought I'd take some time off. I'm here on vacation. Well, aside from me picking up the occasional job here and there. A girl needs her spending money. Look at you, going through life without a single care in the world. That odd job bit is suspicious enough on its own. But I can't help but wondering what that main gig would be. Does that mean that whatever they're up to in Long Lie is finished? Now, there are some things in life you're better out not asking about. Fair enough. Hey, you just read my mind again? Stop that. You truly are an enigmatic figure. Anyway, I just came to this town on a whim. And it's a good thing I did too. Things are getting pretty interesting around here. Word is that there's some faction dispute within Heiyue. There's a whole place this whole place is a caterpeg set to blow. Your concept of interesting is pretty screwed up. You realize that, right? Well, you get your sick kicks from watching people suffer? Well, when you put it like that, it makes me sound pretty heartless, huh? Nah, honestly, I'm mostly interested in that foremost fighter person. Oh, right, him. I wish I knew what kind of plot that bastard's cooking up. Not to change the topic, but do you mind if I ask you something? You know any good sightseeing spots here, or maybe like some fun activities? Huh? Well, that was random. Thanks to everything being going on behind the scenes, most of the tourist attractions are closed. I really wanted to go to the eroded cave tour, but no dice. Oh yeah. We did that last year as part of Ashton's request. That attraction's run by Heiyue. Now that I think about it, I don't think they've done any tours since the beginning of the year. It's possible that they're closed for the winter season. Is it possible they're closed for the winter season? No, they're supposed to be running them year-round. Anyway, we didn't come here to be your personal tour guide. If you want one, go ask someone else. Wow, so cold. You had a block of ice for a heart or something? Well, I better get back to work. I got another one of those odd jobs to do. Good luck with whatever you're up to. So I have a feeling we'll be bumping into each other again real soon. That crazy lady really taking a real shine to us, huh? She'd be so much less of a hassle to deal with if she was just some battle-crazy idiot. Here I thought it would be a good chance to relax and unwind, but now I feel even more exhausted than before. Same. I wonder what her odd jobs entail, actually. Who knows? No use racking our brains over it. Alright, I think we've learned all we can just walking around the city. There are a lot of powerful people here, my brother included. There's also the Divine Bladed Silver and the Golden Butterfly, both of whom are maximum level threats. There must be some reason for them coming here now of all times. Perhaps it's related to the assessment provided by the risk management AI. Didn't they label labeled Longport as a red zone? That's a little worrying, isn't it? But what's more worrying is that we aren't really any closer to finding out who framed Fawn or poisoned Guillen. Not necessarily. Now, what do you mean, not necessarily? The flower petal's a clue, for starters. Said she picked it up at a high-class restaurant over at the 2nd Ward. I thought it looked familiar. We picked some flowers like this with this kind of petal during our last trip in Longport, right? Yep. Those flowers were spring lilies. They're used at mass and during funerals. It's a rare plant that can only be found offshore at the eroded cave. Oh yeah, we went there on our last trip. This petal's still fresh. Must have fallen off fairly recently. The only people who would have been at the restaurant in the last couple of days would have been remnants of the Lai family and the Liu family members charged with handling the aftermath. If we assume that the petals stuck to either clothes of the shoes of one of the Heiyue members, then that begs the question: why were they coming and going from the cave in the first place? Somehow I can't picture Fawn and Guillen strolling into the eroded cave picking flowers, even forgetting the fact that they're out of action. Okay, I think I know our next move. Well, we gotta rent a boat in the 1st Ward and get the head to the cave. No time like the present. Let's go. Don't worry. Actually, we got a quest we have got to do first. So,
what have we got?
Great Longport cook-off. We'll be fishing.
Welcome to Laifu Fondian.
I dig you're the one that put out that 4SPG. Something about trouble with the cooking competition, was it? Oh yes, you must be the Spriggan I've heard so much about you. What a relief it is to hear you got my request. I see you brought the prodigy along with you as well. Nice to meet you, Aaron. Yeah, it just happened to work part-time for the guy. Anyway, heard a good bit about you from Mei Shin. Word around town was that really skilled lady took over this place 2 years ago. Even managed to brush off brush off pressure from the Lai family. Really? That's so cool. That's because my big sister's at Taiji Sushi. Well, I've heard that. That's the highest rank a chef of the Eastern cuisine can reach. Kanchan, you always make such a fuss about over nothing. You know how I feel about those big titles? You know, I actually think I've been here before. I remember there was an old man running the place back then. Told me his eldest daughter was in training over at the restaurant at Kowloon Hotel. Guessing you're the daughter he was talking about. The old man must be pretty proud. Now there's some praise I do like to hear. Would you mind if we got back to the matter of my request, though? By all means, but I'll admit, this cooking competition doesn't sound like a kind of thing that you need a Spriggan for. Great long pork cook-off, right? All the restaurants in the area are free to participate. I've been to it a few times myself. Was actually planning on going this year's competition too. Well, with all the trouble around here lately, it'd be nice to have something to lift our spirits and take our minds off things. There's another side to it, though. The elders who support each restaurant use it as a competition to maintain their standing. As it stands now, the head chef of the Taoyuan restaurant, which is currently closed, has been invited. So has the new food truck in Newtown. Taoyuan restaurant. Well, that's the place where we were at when we fought the remnants of the Lai family. I'm surprised that I hear they'll be participating. It sounds so exciting, especially with so many people involved. Honestly, I'm a little nervous about it all, you see. The usual event space isn't available this time around, so they asked to hold it here instead. It was supposed to be over at the Kowloon Hotel, however, with all the issues that have been cropped up recently, they decided to opt out of participating. And with me trying to get ready to enter the competition by myself, I'm just about at my wit's end. So I was hoping that maybe you could help me out a bit. Does that sound like something you could do? Let me think. Yep. Alright, we'll take your case. Take your case. Considering the whole deal with Heiyue, we're probably the best people for the job anyway. Oh, you're a lifesaver. And I really have to put my all into this year's competition. Could you explain a bit more about what you'd like us to help you with? Of course. Well, firstly, with the Liu family's trading business having gone under, several places have been unable to stock enough important ingredients. From what I've heard, Gihua Fandian and Huayan have been hit the worst. But Taoyuan restaurant and that new food truck in Newtown have apparently been just fine. Actually, Ming Xiao's food truck seems to be doing more than fine. I knew I could count on you, Tan-chan. Thank you for looking into this for me. As for our place, I believe we have what we need for the time being. However, if at all possible, there is one thing I'd hope you might find for me. And what could that be? The slightly unusual type of Lao Zhu by the name of Tian Feng Quan. Too many Chinese words. Too many Chinese words. The person who ran the brewery passed away a while ago, and they've closed down not long after. Become quite a collector's item. I'm not sure how many bottles of it are even left now, but I know it would be perfect for the dish I'm planning to make. Got it. Yeah, we'll see if we can manage it. Thank you. If it ends up costing anything, I'll take care of the fee, so please, feel free to tell them to put it on my tab. And even if you can't find it, I can still make do. Just try not to worry too much. Okay. You kind of made it sound like there's more issues than just not having enough ingredients, though. Well, it's a bit hard to explain, but it almost seems like there's someone trying to sabotage the competition. In fact, just this morning, I found some of the cooking wine in our pantries smashed to pieces. Heh. Wouldn't be surprised if Taiwan head chef was behind it all. This is a bit to go and see what the other participants have to say. That'll give us some insights on into who done it. It should also help us figure out the supply issue. I would really appreciate it. Please let me know if you find anything.
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
Holy cow! Holy cow! Can I not be stuck behind a fucking thing? That damn.
Just one more.
Taoyuan restaurant. Taoyuan. Hey, isn't that lady? She a friend of yours? Nah, but I've heard all about her. I think she's a hostess over at the Taoyuan restaurant. Oh, I get where you're going with this. Their head chef is supposed to be taking part in the cook-off. Let's see how she knows what's going on. Well, well, if it isn't the prodigy. And I take it you're the Spriggan. Heh. I'd have figured a hostess for the Lai family restaurant would be in the know. So what does the little boy from Lu want with me? Not really a little boy anymore, but whatever. I need that. I don't know why my Steam does that occasionally. We just got a couple of questions we'd like to ask you. Yeah, I promise we're not looking for a fight with the Lai. We're just curious if the head chef at the restaurant you work for, about the head chef at the restaurant you work for. We hear you got an invitation to the Great Longport Cook-Off. Oh, so that's what this is about. Yeah? One second, I'm looking. Dude, I need this Strenova. I need the Strenova Discord to quit adding me. Or adding, like, everyone. So this was about, yeah. Yonsu's been pretty excited about it. The restaurant may be closed for the moment, but he's blocked off an entire section of the kitchen just to prepare for the event. Wow, he must be really fired up. Well, he takes a lot of pride in being a chef at one of the Longport's finest establishments. He was feeling a bit let down by the closure, but this cook-off sure lit a spark under him. While we're on topic, do you happen to know if he's run into any issues while preparing? While we're on the topic, do you happen to know if he's run into any issues while preparing for the competition? I don't recall hearing anything about it. No, really no. The only thing I can say is that he's been feeling a lot of pressure lately because of everything that's been happening with the Lai family. I see, that makes sense. Oh, we're just gonna, doing what we can to support the cook-off, so please tell him to give us a holler if he needs anything. Got it. I'll let him know. Thanks for the offer.
Here's your schedule.
Here's your schedule.
Off we go.
Where's this fucking truck at? Well, a bit of the man and company. How can I help you? Mei Xing tells us you're going to be competing in the cooking competition. She wants us to come check in on you. Oh, that girl is such a sweetheart. The way, always looking out for others. You could stand to learn a thing or two from him, Wuhan. From her, Wuhan. Of course, dear. I'll be sure to get on that. Anyways, you said you guys are running a little low on some ingredients. Yeah, I was hoping to go with something more expensive for my competing dish. I want to get my hands on some fresh red crab, but the seafood traders seem to be out right now. Red crab meat is used quite often in Eastern cuisines, isn't it? I hear it carries a high price tag because it can only be found in very few select locations. In the West, it's also known as carmine crab. Well, that's a pretty fancy choice for a restaurant like yours. But I guess what you're saying is due to the Lu family's trading being frozen, they're in low supply right now. Exactly. Well, there are some other suppliers around here that we're friends with, but they're fresh out too. And to hear them tell it, someone came in and bought all their whole stock. Bought out their whole stock. Maybe that's what Mei Xing meant by sabotage. It's possible. In this case, I think we can help them out if we try another way to get some crab. We'll look into the supply shortage on our end. If anything comes up, please let us know, and just try to focus on your cooking for the time being. Thank you so much for your help. It really means a lot to us.
Let's roll, gang.
Food truck. Approach the food truck.
Can't help but worry about the goings on here.
Step right up, everyone. Don't be shy. Come and taste the next generation of Eastern cuisine. I've prepared plenty, so come and get as many as you like. No matter how many I eat, I never get tired of that flavor. I could have this stuff for every meal, right? It's almost like I find something new to enjoy with every bite. I was licking my lips and thought of the new dish, but I never thought it'd be this delicious. I just can't stop eating them. Stuff might even be better than the platypus duck. Looks like business is a booming. And this must be the new food truck Mei Xing mentioned. Oh, just looking at it makes me hungry. Since we're here and all, do you think maybe we can grab some too? To be honest, I've been waiting to try them myself. Sure, I don't see why not. Sounds like they're not hurting for ingredients, so maybe we'll have some info. They'll have some info for us. And so, fans group moved to the back of the line, and waited patiently for their turn. Luckily, they had avoided coming during the lunch rush, and the group only had to wait about 10 minutes before finding themselves at the counter. Welcome. What can I get you today? We take a great pride in everything we serve. I'm not too familiar with this new Eastern cuisine, actually. Got any recommendations? Well, I say our most popular dish right now is the Millennium Duck. We use traditional palatial duck as the inspiration for our recipe. But prepping the duck takes a lot of work and get pretty expensive, right? So after years of hard work and research, we've come up with something even tastier than the original, but without having to break the bank. You know, I've had real palatial duck over at Kowloon Hotel's restaurant before. Sounds like it would be pretty great if it actually holds up. Palatial duck? That name makes it sound expensive, so expensive. It's nice that we get to try something that's like that on the cheap. At first, I thought it was some form of Eastern crap, but It seems to be stuffed with Lao Bing has been folded like a taco. Given how simple it is to eat on the go, I can see why it would be so popular. Guess that's part of what's making it taste so good. Alright, we'll take one each then. Thank you for your business. Enjoy. And the group received their order of Meng Zhao's Millennium Duck. By the way, I heard you're going to be taking part in that cook-off that's coming up. Brent asked us to help out a bit. Think you could use our assistance? I see, that's awfully kind of you, but no. I can't really think of anything at the moment. Oh, and I'm sorry, but it looks like I've got another customer waiting. Do you mind stepping to the side? No worry. Oh, sorry about that. Look out of your hair for now. Whoa, this stuff's actually is really good. Wow, the meat's so tender, and I'm surprised the prices for this are so low. Even the skin is all nice and crispy. It gives off that authentic palatial duck texture. Yes, the spices he uses gives it a very distinct flavor. Certainly leaves you wanting more. What's the matter, small fry? Don't care for it? No, it's not that. It's definitely tasty. I don't know how to put it, really. Well, don't mind me. I think the herbs he uses, it just doesn't agree with my stomach is all. That's odd. Uh-oh.
You there! How's some delicious pasta sound?
Man, noticed something.
Welcome.
My, this is positively delectable.
Mr. Arkwright, what brings you to our humble establishment today? I heard you were planning to participate in the Great Longport cook-off. Mei Shing asked us if we wouldn't mind helping you out. I see. Always so selfless, that one. A little surprised that you guys are going to be taking part, though. Sounds like the different houses in Heiyue have a bit of a stake in this whole thing. Well, you do make a fair point, but we didn't want to let Mei Shing down after she's put in so much effort in putting on the event. She really has a way with people, huh? And it makes sense. She seems to do a lot for the community. Anyway, she mentioned you guys are having trouble getting your hands on certain ingredients. Yeah, I suppose that's something of the situation. Trying to figure out if we can make substitutes, but we haven't been able to obtain any Jade Dragon's Eye. I'm afraid I haven't heard of that ingredient before. Oh right, my apologies. Jade Dragon's Eye is on the top brand of Longgong fruit. It's extremely high quality, and also exactly what we need to have a fighting chance in the competition. I know Longgong fruit. It's the stuff that they always put in the Eastern medicine. All you need is some high quality Longgong, then easy. Well, if it's used in medicine, then maybe there's a stock of them in reserve for medical use somewhere. Perhaps they might even have it have some of higher quality if they're willing to share. Seems pretty straightforward. We'll go check with somebody who might have some medical supplies stashed away. By the way, Kawano, have you had any other issues lately? Like someone doing anything to mess with your food or something? Now that you mention it, we have, yeah. Although it's rather minor, all things said and done. This morning I found some of our plumbing outback was damaged. And there was water everywhere. I had someone come out to fix it right away, so it wasn't a complete disaster, thankfully. But we just had new plumbing put in last year. It feels like someone did it intentionally. Yeah, that sounds pretty fishy. It might just be a coincidence, but it's still worth suspicion, I think. We can look into that more on our side, though. For now, focus on keeping your customers fed. Thanks for all your help. I'll go ahead and get back to work then. Be seeing you. All right. Seems like we got a handle on how all the participants are doing. Out of the 5 restaurants, 3 of them seem to be dealing with interference for somebody. But we can't say for sure that it's rival businesses that did it. Guihua, Fandian, and Huaran seem to be the only 2 that were lacking ingredients. Although, Miss Mei Shin did ask us to obtain a bottle of Lao Shu as well. And Old Man Huhan wanted some red crab. I'm pretty sure I've seen crabs like that over in the Second Ward's waterways. There were fat and juicy looking ones too. They ought to be good enough. I'll last swatting them over by the cigar shop. In that case, let's head over there and see if we can't catch one real quick. I know they're supposed to be rare, but we should be able to find a few with the chart search. For those Jade Dragon Eyes, we'll probably have to rely on someone with some medical supplies. I might suggest Lonkai Clinic or the nearby temple. They're both known to mix herbal remedies. One or the other should suffice, I would think. That just leaves the Lao Shu that Mei Shin asked for. I'm not positive, but I think I know a guy who might be able to get his hands on some. Anyway, let's get out there and see and find what we can, and keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Come on.
This is positively delectable.
Bob Preston, 3261. Just beat Cold Steel 3 5 minutes before finding the stream. Nice. I will say though, this game is like 3 games ahead of Cold Steel 3. So you might run into some spoilers if you stick around. But if you don't mind, you can throw since you're on YouTube, you can throw a subscribe. I will still be streaming these games for at least a couple of more months, since I'll have I have one more game after this, and then Sky First Chapter remake to finish that, and then Second Chapter remake when it comes out. So thank you for the subscribe. Thank you. How'd you, wait, whoa, actually, hold on a second. Here's something more important. You said you just beat Cold Steel 3. How are you feeling? How are you feeling after that ending?
Let's do this.
Guess I can stop by for a drink.
It's all thanks to Aaron.
Heavenly Mother, please watch over us.
Oh, hello, Aaron. I believe, I've seen the rest of you around before. Something the matter. Well, you see, we know a guy that's looking for a type of longung fruit called the Jade Dragon's Eye. We know it can be pretty rare, but we were hoping you might be willing to share a few with us, if you have any, that is. Jade Dragon Eye, you say? Why, yes, we actually do have a few of those. They're quite useful in the church's medicinal mixtures, so we make sure to procure some periodically. Although, I hear that supply chain distributions have been making it difficult to get a hold of them. Yeah, that's why we ended up coming here to you for help. Apparently, Huarian in Newtown won't be able to make their dish for the big cook-off without him. Oh, I had no idea. In that case, let me provide you with as many as you need. So these are jade dragon's eyes. They're a lot bigger and smoother than your typical long-gone fruit. So if you're okay with giving us this many, are you okay with giving us this many though? Considering recent events, I would like to do my part to ease everyone's spirits, if at all possible. We're extremely grateful for your assistance, sir. I'm curious, though. You all have been recruited to help with the contest, yes? Yeah, that's right. There's something you think we should know about? Well, it's just that there's this young man named Meng Zhao. This will be his first time competing in the cook-off. However, I'm a bit concerned by the throngs of people that have suddenly been so wound up over its food. I mean, when something's that popular, you're bound to have some people who go completely nuts over it. Indeed. In fact, a very passionate fan recommended that I try that dish as well. So I went to go sample some. When I arrived, I was informed that they had only just sold out. So I've still yet to try one. Dang. That's some unfortunate timing. Still, I'm surprised that they had run out so suddenly. Meng Zhao made it seem like they had plenty when we were there. In any case, we've been asked to deal with any problems that might pop up during the cook-off. We'll do everything in our power to make sure it goes smoothly as possible. So try and relax and enjoy yourself. I will. And please, let me know if you need any help with anything else in the meantime.
Heavenly Mother, please watch over us.
Just so happens to run out when the father wants one, eh?
Hey, friend. Got something you'll like.
Where's your next? My noodles are the best in town.
Step right up.
Hello. And you'll never guess what happened next.
Hey, Jian, mind if I ask you for a little favor? Of course. What is it? What's going on this time, man? Looks like looking for some kind of antique? Sort of, actually. Got something to do with your hobby. Always had a thing for vintage wines, right? I get it now. It wouldn't be too surprising for him to have a bottle lying around. We're looking for Tiangfuan Guan. It's from a brewery that closed down a while back. You know it? Whoa, hold on there. That's what you're looking for? You're kidding. So do you have it? Well, wouldn't do me any good to lie about it. But yes, I've got 3 bottles. Only thing is, I bought them for myself and wasn't exactly planning on selling them off. Oh, come on, man. If you've got 3, why not suck it up and sell us one? I didn't buy 3 because I was planning to sell any. One was to drink, one was to keep in storage, and the last one was for spreading the good word. Gonna be real with you for a minute. I love cake, but even I don't buy extra for storing or proselytizing. Be honest, man. If you knew they wouldn't go bad, you totally would. Anyway. If you've got one for spreading the word, then this seems to be a pretty good opportunity. Don't you think? Come on, share the love, buddy. What do you mean? You see, the Great Longport Cook-Off is coming up, and Mei Xin wants a wine to use for her entry. she wins using your spare Tiangfan Quan, there might be a whole new run on this stuff. That's true. If there's enough good publicity, maybe someone might consider investing in rebuilding the brewery. I see. I hadn't thought of it that way. Alright, you've convinced me. But I'm still a businessman. I insist on being paid appropriately for it. Mei Shin already gave us the okay to put it on her tab, so just charge her, okay? Sounds good. Give Mei Shin my best. It'll be worth it if I get some good buzz for my store. That part's out of our hands. Thanks for the bottle, though.
You're free to take a gander at the wares. Where's your next?
Oh yeah.
Go, go, go!
Second ward has its
Gotta go over by the tobacco area so we can fish. Can I not get caught over there, please? It's happened twice already.
I bet I can catch a big one here.
I'm curious to see how well I'll perform.
There!
A hit!
So...
Ah, a rare species. That's quite a good find.
Carmine crab. Caught the red crab. Looks like we got ourselves a big one. Not sure what Wuhan's planning on making with this, but he shouldn't have any complaints about a crab this big. Well, I suppose we should move on to the next item then. Hey, did you hear what happened with Yansu over at the Taoyuan restaurant? Yeah. How he's gonna be competing for the cook-off? Wait. Why is the text for this so bad? Fucking text glitch. It was almost like when I was playing the game in Japanese. Hey, did you hear about what happened over with Tanzu over at the Taoyuan restaurant? About how he's gonna compete in the cook-off after all? Feels like trouble follows that guy everywhere he goes. No kidding. I mean, all that business with the Lai family already had him in a real frenzy in the first place. Man's a real mess if you ask me, but maybe that's what makes his food so good. Alright, looks like we've got everyone's missing ingredients. Well, we heard a few interesting tidbits info along the way. Should probably deliver the ingredients to each of the shops and then head back to Mei Shin's place. We even got the Lao Shu that she was after. We should get back to her so she can prep for her dish. I'm so glad I put out that request. I feel much better about putting on the cook-off now. It's all part of the job. There's still some time left before the event is scheduled, by the way. It's scheduled to start. I'm sure you must be tired, so you're more than welcome to rest here before we begin. Not a bad idea. Wait for the cook-off to begin. Alright, we'll take you up on that. Can't hurt to decompress a little bit. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's your Lao Zhu. That's the Tianfeng Guan. I can't believe you managed to find some. Yeah, well, I had a few connections. He wasn't able to give it to me for free, though, so I hope you don't mind that I asked him to send the bill your way. Not at all. This'll be just what my dish needs. You hyped it up so much, I'm sure it won't disappoint. Sounds like we got plenty to look forward to, at least. Anyway, let's wait here until the time the event for the event to start. Looks like the participants are filling in, and are those the judges? Yes, with mission on both hosting and preparation, they had to call in some impartial third-party judges. Usually the judges aren't non-participating shops. Usually non-participating shop owners, the folk from the Chamber of Commerce, you know, stuffy people like that. Well, I guess it's time for the battle to begin. Yeah, there's still a bit before they get started, though. I'm actually going to step away for a minute. I might not be back in time for the opening ceremony, but you guys have a good time without me. Huh? I thought you wanted to make sure the competition went smoothly. But I was excited for us all to watch it together. It's no big deal, just something I wanted to look into real quick. I'll be back as soon as I can. I wonder what's wrong. Not like it's the first time he's going off on his own. I'm sure he'll be fine. While it's unfortunate we were unable to hold the competition at the Kowloon Hotel as planned, the Laifu Fondant's sincere pleasure. It is Laifu's Fondant's sincere pleasure to host this year's Great Longport Cook-Off. I'm sure y'all must have a lot on your minds, given everything that's happening in Longport recently. I'm sure he's taking his time. I know he said he might not be able to make it back for the opening ceremony, but... Hey, see that guy over there? Isn't that the head chef from the Talquan? He looks kind of grouchy. I'm surprised they sent him an invitation, given the situation. Maybe that's what Van's looking into right now. But we can worry about that later. Looks like the show's about to get started. All right, our first contestant is the Wuhan from Yihua Fandian, a beloved stop in the eastern quarter for travelers and locals alike. Oh, a red crab, eh? Red crab dish, eh? That's quite an expensive ingredient for a place like Yihua. Well, I thought it might be a good to go out for a change. That's a fairly so we only got one crab. Why is there like four? Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 5 on a plate. That's a fairly standard Longport style steamed crab dish. Given the quality of the ingredient, I hope you find it to your liking. That's not how you eat crab, but okay. Oh, this is making me hungry. He did a really good job with that red crab. As the old man Wuhan is capable of some pretty fancy stuff when he puts his mind to it. My, that was quite excellent. That's quite excellent. You can really taste how fresh the crab is. Still, as excellent as the ingredients may be, I think it's lacking a little something. Yes, if it only had a little extra to draw out the flavor, all the flavor. For my dish, I've prepared a stew containing assorted seafood from along the eastern coastline. I call it the Futiaodan. The dried goods work together to create a multifaceted soup stock with a harmonious flavor. Oh, I've heard of this soup. I'm told it's quite exquisite. Impressive. That certainly seems like a dish worthy of a Korean. Yeah, their food draws from the elements of Long Lai's cuisine and other Far Eastern places. You can tell a lot about a lot of care went into making it. While I usually prefer my food in long port style, I do get in the mood for stuff like that every now and again. Dude, the fairy over here, she looks like she's starving. Oh, this is fantastic work. Exactly what I expect of Choir End. There's a bitterness in the odor to it. It's not unlike some herbs used in Eastern medicine. But the way it's blended together, it seems, in terms of taste and aroma, are top class. The most impressive thing is this long gone fruit. This is the Jade Dragon's Eye, isn't it? It provides an excellent accent to the flavor. Looks like you're next, Yansu. I know a lot has been happening recently, but I trust that you've been doing well. You've been doing all right since then. For the most part, yes. Today I've prepared abalones in a thick glaze. The glaze itself is made from dried shark fin and edible edible bird's nest. I commend you for using such high-quality seafood. I should have expected nothing less from the head chef of such a refined establishment. That's the last family restaurant for you. Just rich enough to have bad taste. It seems as though the judges are responding quite favorably to it, though. That was excellent. You certainly made most of those ingredients. Yes, I agree. It feels very tried and true approach. Next up, we have my sister. For today's competition, I prepared a unique free-range chicken dish called bak chuan. I'm especially proud of this one. It's a chicken steamed with carefully selected wine and spices that help it bring out a lovely aroma. I've heard so much about you, Meishun. I'm impressed that you've earned the rank of Teji Shushi at such a young age. I'm looking forward to seeing the skills you developed from your days back at the Kowloon Hotel. It's finally Meishun's turn, but Van's still not back yet. Yeah, he should have been here, he should have at least been here for a presentation. Especially considering she's using the Lao Shu we obtained for her. Oh my, this is fantastic. The various fragrances combined with such a delicate taste. All the while preserving the delicious flavor of the chicken itself. It's marvelous work. That's certainly not all. I can tell there's something about the wine that you simmered the chicken in. It takes the bird's light flavor and colors it with spice, resulting in superb balance. Finding the right wine to produce such a near-perfect dish must have been next to impossible. Yes, I was confident that it would come all together if I used Tianfengguan. That famous wine, I see. Now I understand why the taste was so familiar. It makes all the more regrettable that the brewery closed down some time ago. Yes, I would love to see it make a resurgence someday. Great job, sis. And this motherfucker just brings tacos. For my first cook-off, I'll be entering my renowned Millennium Duck. The seasoning is sure to hook even the most discerning palates. Oh, this is a dish that's been so popular lately. Let's give it all a taste then. Yeah, this is... It's hard to describe, but it's completely captivating. With this flavor and aroma, I think I can't stop myself from... I've never had anything like this. This is the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. You prepared such a delightful concoction. Let's just say I put a lot of work into my secret ingredient. I feel completely blindsided. Must be even better than I heard. I just wonder. No way. I mean, his food was good and everything, but you don't think... Do you think they're exaggerating? Sounds like the winner has been decided already. I'm surprised he managed to reel in all 3 judges. Hold on a minute. Oh, damn it. Looks like I'm too late. Damn right you are. Where you been, man? The cook-off's almost over. Wait, why's Doc Lonkai here with you? I told you I had to look into something, didn't I? It just took a little longer than expected. Look, I hate to do this in the middle of such a big event, but there's a problem with Meng Xiao's cooking. Not only are you interrupting the competition, but now you're trying to slander me? It ain't slander. I kept some of the food we bought from you I kept some of the food we bought from you in some containers. Then I had Dr. Lonkai examine some of it for me. And boy, that sure is how one hell of a secret ingredient you got in there. Indeed. One of those so-called spices we found in this Millennium Duck is Luo Biakao. My medicinal herb compendium enlists it as a hallucinogen, one with pleasurable but addictive side effects. These days, it's considered quite the rarity. I'm curious how you managed to come upon some of it. You fed us something that dangerous? What should we do? Are we going to be okay? Fortunately, it's not so toxic that as to directly affect the body unless routinely ingested. It can be counteracted through treatment from most practitioners of Eastern medicine, including myself. There's no need for panic. But the fact remains that this guy deceived everyone into eating his drugged food. That explains why it felt so weird when I tried it earlier. You bastard. You had to go and pull something like that, like this on top of all the other crap that we've been dealing with from Heiyue? How horrible. You're a disgrace to all chefs. No, you don't even deserve to carry that title. But how did he manage to supply himself with so much of a rare herb? His prices were rather low too. That's right. How would I ever got my hands on that stuff in the first place? If you only tested one batch, and who's to say that somebody didn't plant it in there just to make me look bad? True, I guess it would be pretty difficult for you to gather a stock of something so uncommon. If you were working alone, that is. But what if someone with access to it was working behind the scenes to help you out? See, somebody's been sabotaging the other businesses, and the only places unaffected were your truck and the Taoyuan restaurant. But compared to you, Taoyuan doesn't have much of a motive. I see. So practically everyone at Longport's got their eye on the Lai family right now. Something like this will be the final nail in their coffin. But you, on the other hand, have the perfect motive for getting your hands on those herbs. And for finding someone to get them for you. Yeah, and to make sure his collaborator wouldn't lose face. He had to be sure that he'd win. Free money! Hey, Evan. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Do you... So I assume you actually use your like an actual sub for D-Gen, right? Because I would have just assumed you just Twitch Prime to D-Gen. That's why I started messing with the other restaurants. That about sums it up, Mei Chang. Oh, D-Gen is a tier 2. Okay, that makes sense. That about sum it up, Meng Xiao. I don't know what you're talking about. You're just out to get me. Never would have vandalized. I never vandalized Tuarian and La Fu Fandian. I mean, that's odd. I didn't say anything about anyone being vandalized. You sure seem awfully knowledgeable about it, though. Well, thank you either way. Now you don't have to deal with ads. Just give yourself up already. There's no getting out of it now. With this much evidence, we won't even need to get Heiyue involved. Care to tell us about how you procured those herbs? Looks like the jig is up. Oh man, how am I ever going to explain this to him? After Fan's confrontation, both bracers and police officers arrived on the scene to escort Meng Zhao away. With his disqualification, the judges at the Great Longport Cook-Off took a moment to reconvene. Well, in spite of that little incident, the judges have now concluded their deliberation. Do we have a verdict on the winner? We do. The dish has shown the best and brightest among all those we sampled this evening. I think it's going to be Meishin, I think. Meishin. Yep. Was that of the live food fondant's very own Meishin. Really? I'm so honored. Way to go, Meishin. In the end, we decided it was your use of the Lao Shu that truly won us over. Thank you so much. I promise to keep aiming for greater heights. That's what my father would have wanted. I would have thought that the wine would end up being the deciding factor. Yeah, so it's worth our effort after all. As Meng Zhao's misdeeds were revealed, albeit in a rather unexpected manner, the cooking competition came to a close. Participants having learned a few new things about their cooking, headed back to their respective businesses. Got it. This quest is long as hell. Thank you again for all your help with this year's cook-off. Although I feel like the only reason I won was because you were able to find me that Tianfang Quan. Nah, it's just a last little push to put you over the edge. Even without the wine, you've been getting nothing but rave reviews. Your skills are the real deal. Be that as it may, it was only because it was only because of you that Meng Zhao was exposed for what he really is. Yeah, and Doc Long Kai said it was a good thing that you stopped him when you did. You caught it right before the regular customers would have started getting sick from the stuff. He said that they should be fine if they can go without it for about a week. I'm surprised you even noticed something that was off. I definitely thought it was odd how strongly people reacted to his food, but I never imagined. Yeah, that was part of it, but the thing that really tipped me off was the fact that he was avoiding serving it to people with knowledge of the medicine. Remember what Father Hoi Sing over at the temple told us? That when he went to go give the dish a try, they told him that they were fresh out. Yet when we were there, he made it sound like he had more than enough to go around. Didn't seem the least bit worried about meeting demand. It felt like a pretty unlikely coincidence to me, so I figured I should take a look into it. Yeah, the timing on that was a little too perfect. By the way, you mentioned that the drug he was using is pretty rare. Ever figure out how he got the stuff? I accessed our database, but I haven't been able to determine the possible access channel. According to the police, even Meng Zhao didn't know much about the collaborator's origin. So in other words, he was probably being used. The only question is, what would somebody have to gain from having a cook feed hallucinogens to the general public? You said it. The only thing I can think of is that they were using it with some sort of test. Maybe it was to see how far they can push the law while keeping it under the radar. Ugh. Looks like the jig is up, man. How am I gonna explain this to him? Man? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Anyway, I think that ought to take care of your request for now. We got other business to attend to, so we'll catch you later. Of course. I'm so glad I turned to you all for help. Please feel free to stop by anytime.
That takes care of that.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Damn.
Welcome to Life. I'm Mare, a dedicated custom hollow. What can I get for you? Thanks a bunch.
Oh, I'm full.
I didn't expect to jump up to Law 5 so quickly.
I can catch a big one here.
All right. Try to see what is mainly the next day. It's a monster quest. A little bit of a longer quest, and then the final dungeon, and then the dungeon for the chapter. All right. And then we have the eroded cave. All right. I'm gonna end it here. My throat is killing me because I having to try to say Chinese words over and over again is insane. Chinese words is they're really hard. Really hard to say. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here for the night. But I will be live again tomorrow to we'll probably finish out part 1 of Act 2 tomorrow night. Since it's only just since we had got the eroded cave and then a couple of quests and then the next, like, pretty much like the next day stuff. So it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah. Thank you, Bob. What was his name? Bob Prestonbach over on YouTube for the subscribe. Thank you, Evan, also for the subscribe over on Twitch. And thank you, Little and Devin, for hanging out. I hope you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go drink a bunch of shit and then probably play some Code Vein and then go to bed. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.